Hello and welcome back to our garden. It is the start of September. Today's actually Labor Day, and we wanted to talk about some of the struggles and areas of concern in our garden that we've experienced in the last few months. So in the spring, the raised beds were looking great. We were already getting some harvests from the zucchini, and everything was looking really promising. As we transitioned from spring into summer around the end of June, we started noticing that there were some issues. As you can see now, it's not looking its best, and those issues kind of snowballed into other issues, causing the garden not to be producing the way we had hoped. Your overall main/biggest issue is the soil in all of the raised beds. It has turned, as you can see, especially here on the edges, what we would call hydrophobic, where it has a very difficult time holding water and it's kind of compacted in on itself. It should not be showing these huge gaps between the sides of the raised bed and the soil. And so when we irrigate, the water doesn't really get held in the soil. It tends to run off very quickly, which obviously is not the best for your plants. So why did the soil become hydrophobic in all three raised beds? Two reasons that we've concluded. One is when we amended the soil in the winter and early spring, we used a lot of free compost from the city, which is great. It's free, it's nice, but the ratios were off. We put too much in and didn't mix it in well enough on top of that, so that it wasn't setting the soil up to be successful on that end. So we'll make some adjustments for that this winter. The other issue is we had irrigation problems with our setup for the month of June and into July, which caused the watering to be not as frequent or as deep as we needed it to be. So it was kind of a two-punch problem here, where one was the soil wasn't set up and amended the way it should have been, and then on top of that, the irrigation had issues, and that led to it drying out and getting more and more hydrophobic, which has made it quite difficult for the plants to get the water that they've needed. Another issue we've had this summer is disease. In particular, our green beans have had a lot of difficulty growing and staying healthy. We've had powdery mildew, it seems. Zucchini and squash also had issues with some powdery mildew, and we had these little green bugs for a stretch that would just kind of eat the flowers. And so it made it really difficult for anything to grow and produce because of the disease. And we have kind of two solutions that we're going to be working on and try to improve for next season. One being that we can just spray the green beans and any other spot of powdered mildew with a light mist from the hose. We need to get a new hose for that, but we'll do that, and that can just kind of knock down, at least if we catch it early on. And then the other issue is going back to the problems with the soil and watering. The plants just weren't as healthy as they could have been. So a healthier plant can more easily fight off disease and bugs and pests and so forth if we just make the soil healthier for them so they can grow healthier to start with. We're hoping that those two things will allow us to have a better production than what we have here. As you can see, not the best. Obviously not the perfect season, never will be, but we're trying to get better and better. It does leave us hope even with all these issues. They're still producing, right? We've still gotten quite a few tomatoes, peppers, still getting even some green beans. And the spring was looking really good. It leaves us hopeful that if we correct the soil and the irrigation, that will lead to a much more successful and sustained harvest next season. So we'll have to check back in with us to see how we do with that. On the other hand, our cucumbers have been great this year. We've gotten so many cucumbers. You know, got to take your wins where you can get them.